So you're interested in hosting a VTD event. What I'd like to go over with you is I'd like to go over what's required to have a VTD event, and I'd also like to go over what's required of you, the tournament director. Now, tournaments can be a great fundraiser for your travel team or for your league, and we encourage you to host events for these fundraisers, and there can be a lot of fun. So let's get to the details. Now, the requirements of a VTD event are just a few things. One, that the teams are registered with VTD. Now, that's just like any organization. When you have a tournament and it's sanctioned by somebody, those teams need to be registered with that entity. Secondly, that the teams are insured, and that the insurance names the virtual tournament director of VTD as an additionally insured entity. Now, if the teams have registered through the website and they've purchased insurance through the website, you as the tournament director will see that right there on your Work Attorney tab when you're logged into the website as a tournament director. You'll see whether they're registered, and you'll see whether they purchased insurance through us, which means they're covered. I mean, pretty much you're covered, your umpires are covered, and that's the reason for the additionally insured. When a team comes with a policy from somewhere else, don't know where they purchased it from, that insurance does not cover you, the tournament director, nor the umpires. So that's why we need to have VTD named as an additionally insured entity on those policies. Third, umpires. Umpires need to be VTD registered. Now, it doesn't mean you need to go out and find new umpires. If you have an umpire organization that you're working with, they simply need to register with us. And that's very affordable and a simple process. Cancellations. They happen. Rainouts. Things happen in the middle of an event as well. So what the policy with a VTD event is reimbursements. Now, if you have an event that got canceled flat out, if you have a fee that's not going to be reimbursed, that needs to be clearly stated up front on the website if you have charges that you need to make sure are covered. Other than that, they need to be rebated their money. It cannot be held for another future event. That money needs to be returned to the team. Now, let's say that you're in the middle of an event and it gets canceled right in the middle. Let's say it's a 4-game guarantee and they got through 2 of the games. Now, that means that you would need to rebate them 50% of their money. Simply take the number of games, divide it by the number of games played, and take that against their amount that they paid for the event, and that's what you need to rebate the team. So let's go over what your job is at the event. Your job at the event, first off, is check-in. Now, what that means is that, well, you already know that the teams are registered because you can see that on the website. Now, the insurance, if they purchased insurance through the website, you'll see that as well. But if you have teams that are coming that have a different policy, that's one thing you'll need to check at the check-in. Also, if there's any teams that you haven't already collected payment for, this is the time you do that. So once you check in the teams, you're also able to answer any questions they have, go over any special situations, especially if it's an 8 and under tournament, on the pitching machine rules or what the differences might be in your event. Then, after that, your job is really to be available to the teams. Now, the decisions between the lines, the umpire world, those are usually covered by the UIC. Now, you're that UIC's direct contact, so if he has questions, then he'll come to you. But inside the lines, that's the umpires. Your job is really everything else. Dealing with the teams if they have questions, go over situations with the rules of the event, things like that. Now, during the event and after the event, now the website's a great tool, and as a VTD event, you're actually required to use it for posting your brackets and updating your scores. Now, if you have the ability to update scores during the event, teams love that because everybody can see what's happening. Especially if you have a multiple day event, team left early, they're going to know when their next game time is before the next day because they can search it on the web. Now, if you update the game scores during the event, great. If you don't have that ability, we ask you to update those scores as soon as possible because that updates the team's pages and gives them records of their history. So we look forward to hosting your event. If you want to host an event, simply log onto the website as a tournament director and click on Work Attorney. From there, you'll be able to add your event, and after a short review process, you'll be approved and the website will be helping market your program.